on, Mark?
You got the drugs?
I got the drugs right here.
Good, let's do it.
Thanks for driving, by the way.
My pleasure. I love driving. So, we're here at 10:15 at Glenbrook Racket Club again on Sunday the, what date is it? The 20th. Oh my God, it's almost March. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind. I'll try and edit it out, but it's a really windy day. I think what, 25-mile-per-hour winds on a flat like highway?
At least the car was going back and forth the whole time.
And you know, obviously I'm riding a kind of a lowrider two-door C300 coupe, but we saw some trailers like swaying like a kite in the wind at like 75, 80 miles an hour. So it was kind of scary. If you guys have ever seen like a truck like just fall over, or a trailer fall over, leave a comment down in the section below. I want to see how windy and how bad it was. Hopefully no one got hurt. But as always, when in Rome, mask up, mask up. Welcome to WKLM News at the Noon, where we're your hosts, Mark and Chris. How are you doing today?
I'm good. We just got done with our first match. How are you doing?
Good. And I'm really glad that you and I warmed up with our friends Kevin and Brian at Paley Tennis Center late, I would say late last night, but last evening. Yeah, it's different balls, different surface, obviously a different day. But what do you think, how important is it to play a doubles match before an actual doubles tournament? What are your thoughts on that?
Especially if it's someone you don't play with a lot, it's really important just to get the chemistry and just to make sure, you know, you guys are aware of who gets what ball, what type of serves your partner's going to hit, and you know how to set yourself up for that second shot winner at the net. You know, just build that chemistry, especially right beforehand, and especially if you haven't played in a while.
Yeah, and one thing I would change, in all honesty, before we even talk about the match is, I wish we played this morning, but I guess a win's a win, so really no complaints other than that.
I do too.
Similar to my singles on Friday a few days ago, I'll leave a link to that vlog in this corner if you guys haven't checked it out already. I think it's super important to not only be mentally prepared the night before, but also, if possible, to play or at least hit a decent amount of tennis balls the day of, a few hours before your actual first round match in any type of tournament or any type of event. So the results of the match for our 4-5 doubles is, well, keep in mind, it's round robin because there's only 4 total teams. So if you have 2 wins, correct, you're guaranteed a spot in nationals. So we elected to serve first. I believe this team is from Illinois, and they're pretty nice players. Definitely doubles oriented, which is expected. But we started off bad. I started off serving first. I think I got to 30 all, and then eventually got to a no-ad deuce. And we just lost it. And I actually got pissed. I threw my racket at the ground a little bit, and I hit the ball towards the glass. I wasn't aiming for the glass, I was aiming for the wall.
We went down love 30 and you ripped the ball at the glass.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised the glass didn't break.
Oh, we would have been DQ'd.
Yeah.
That would have been an early day.
But it's just one of those things where, am I an emotional guy? On the court, yeah, I'm actually pretty logical when it comes to business and it comes to, you know, critical thinking. I'm a programmer after all. But it's one of those things where emotions got the best of me, and I got to be careful because yes, you're right. You know, not only am I affecting my results, I'm affecting my doubles partner. But what do you think about the rest of the match? You can tell them the results if you want.
Yeah, we managed to win the first set 4-1, I believe, after I think Mark lost serve, and then we swept 4-1. We broke back at deuce, which was really crucial to not go down 0-2. And then I held no problem. Mark put away probably 3 balls in that game at the net off of my first serve, and then we broke again. I think we got fortunate. They had a few double faults, which helped us break.
I think they had a total of like 4 or 5 double faults.
I want to say
which is huge.
So. Especially, it was in the first set mostly. I
really?
Want to say.
Yeah, I would say so. I think they only had 1 in the second set.
Yeah, and then Mark held to close it out 4-1. In the second set, we started
second set 4-2.
4-2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
4-2.
4-1 in the first, and then the second set, we just started out strong. I think, were we holding all the way to 2-all?
Yep, we never got broken except for that very first game that I got broken up.
Yeah, so we got up, I want to say 3 3-1 or 3-2, and then it was 3-2, and then Mark closed it out with some big serve. Mark was serving really well in that second set. After the first initial game, some nerves or whatever, I mean, he was hitting 110, 115 mile per hour serves, and there were a couple games where I don't think they even got a return, or if they did, they got one return and it was right to me at the net. So that was really helpful to get those quick service game wins.
Total nerves. It was total nerves. So that's the result. Hatcher and Sanset win round 1 of doubles, round robin compass draw style. It's 4-2, 4-1. And my third place singles match is being called any minute right now. So we'll touch base at WLKC on the noon. I have no idea what I just said. I just made that up.
Making it up on the fly. We do it live.
WK 669. Nice. See you guys. These tennis courts are probably the fastest and also most slippery for any indoor tennis court I've ever played in, literally ever. It's one of those things where the court isn't dirty, but it doesn't seem like the court has been resurfaced in about, 10 years? Because at the baseline, it was very slick, very slippery, but near the tennis post, it seemed normal. I honestly thought that I tweaked something in my right ankle and my right knee several times, especially during my singles match for third place. But luckily for me, it was just kind of like a very temporary thing. Even with my tennis shoe that I've worn for maybe 12 hours on hard court in a competitive setting, I'll leave a link to the Asics Court FF in this corner when it's up. I was slipping and sliding all over the place when at and slightly behind the baseline. So if you guys have had any experiences with very, very slick indoor surfaces for hard court, leave a comment down in the section below and let me hear if you've ever been injured or seen anyone slip horribly wrong, which I did several times throughout my singles match. And even if I didn't slip, an aggressive change of direction, and keep in mind, my footwork is kind of like what I rely on, specifically defensive footwork. When I'm changing direction from left to right or right to left, I felt like I had to hesitate a little bit to have like a sure grip before I could push off with full force. So it's just another element I had to deal with, similar to if you're playing outside, you have to deal with the sun, the birds, the reflection off cars' hoods, which is actually probably the most annoying pet peeve of mine when it comes to outdoor tennis. But yeah, it's just an adversity that both tennis players have to deal with. So, when in Rome, I've been saying that term a lot lately. I think I've said it, what, 3 times so far, Chris? When in Rome?
I've heard it twice.
Twice. Always ask the locals about bars and restaurants because they give really, really good, honest recommendations. Now, obviously, there's always Google reviews, stuff like that. But if you talk to actual people that live around the area, I think it's just a lot more accurate, in my opinion. Which is counterintuitive because Google review, hundreds of thousands of people do it a day, but I just like talking to people about local stuff. So we're headed to Landmark, which is an American bar and restaurant, and we'll talk about our tennis match. don't know if you guys know, but Chris is like a borderline world class Pac-Man arcade
Cheers,
player. Cheers.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Right?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, it's okay.
3 Floyds. XWKLC on the noon on channel 69. Nice.
Nice.
Bringing you an update of Chris and Mark. This moment brought to you by 3 Floyds Barbarian Haze IPA. Cheers.
You know they're not paying you that for that, right?
I know. Well, you wanted a sip, right?
Oh, sweet.
Go ahead. And Yukon Jack Apple, which is the worst whiskey I've ever had in my life. But with me and my issues,
No, but they are paying you though, so you shouldn't have said that. We'll figure it out later.
figure it out later. So, doubles, which was a round robin compass. Last time we talked, it was us coming off of our win in the first round, 4-2, 4-1, I believe.
Yes. Yep.
So when we were kind of scouting them, because they did play on the court right next to us, they were a strong doubles team, both teams that we had to play next.
Yeah, I mean
Like, they were pure doubles specialists.
Well, and they were going to tiebreakers. They went to 3. They went to a third set tiebreaker, I want to say.
So when me and Chris got off, because we finished relatively quickly in the first round, and they were on the court next to us, so we were kind of scouting, as Chris said, that they split sets and it was just a good doubles match. It's kind of a very, very different type of strategy, because if you guys haven't noticed, me and Chris are singles specialists. So we have a different, very, very different skill set and tool set than our opponents. So, I mean, what were you feeling coming into that second match?
I felt like we could hit a lot of topspin to try to throw them off, and we could hit deep, hard balls.
Nice. That's what she said.
But I just lost my train of thought. But they didn't give us the chance to do that just with all of the poaching at the net and the big serves.
Yep.
So we really couldn't get into, you couldn't get into rallies too often, and they were getting to the net because why would they stay back?
Correct.
Their volleys were great, and they hit the ball way better out of the air than off the ground.
So you're saying that they knew their weaknesses and they decided to not hang around their weakness.
No,
and
they
just
played
go
to their
inside.
strengths.
Good.
They knew we were singles players. It was smart of them to do so.
As any analytical player of both, in the business world, in whatever programming or critical thinking you need to do, and also as an athlete, that's super, super important. So props to them, because they beat us somewhat handily in the first set, 2-4. Obviously, a fast 4 set. But the second set, we were on fire. We took advantage. We got adjusted.
Could not be stopped in that set.
No, it was. I mean, I got taken a deuce. 40 all once, but we ended up winning that deciding point to hold, and we took the second set 0-4 because we were just cramming weak shots off of a specific. One of the players had just a really weak serve, totally taking advantage of it. They missed a few key points, I agree, but I think we made them miss at that point, and we weren't missing from the baseline too much.
I remember hitting a couple winners down the line, a couple cross court, just really, taking advantage of the serve and just was hitting good shots.
Yeah, and that was like a perfect strategy and like a good outcome in a realistic setting as two singles players on a doubles court together.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's all we can do. More often than not, I feel like when I play doubles with Mark or with anybody, the 3 of them are at the net and I'm at the baseline hitting huge topspin.
Yeah, and it frickin' worked.
And normally it works.
Yeah, and
it did in that set.
That set it did.
But what we saw today, I mean, I've never seen people volley that well. I don't play against people that volley that well.
Yep.
And one of them liked playing right on the net and, totally legal to do. And it didn't matter how much topspin I put on it or how low I got it. He was right there at the net.
Honestly, that's the closest I've seen someone be at the net at almost any point in time in any situation, whether it's pro, amateur, juniors, quick start. Bill crushed the net.
Oh, yeah. And the one thing we could have maybe tried was lobbing him more.
I tried, but I missed lobs because I couldn't judge the ball.
Yeah, and I could have tried a few.
Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, that last set, it didn't work out, but I wanted to, obviously. Why wouldn't you want to as well? Because if you won that last set, we would have had a guaranteed spot at Nationals. So
A few games away.
But
That's the way it goes, though.
it is. But we still have one more chance of
We do.
that last match. So we lost our second round match against a very, very good doubles team. 1-4, 4-0, and then I think it was 2-4?
Yeah.
2-4.
So, yep.
So we have one more match to go, and we'll talk about that after a word from our sponsors. Just to keep it short, we were just simply outclassed. We lost 0-1. Woo!
I don't even know how that happened.
And only 2 or 3 of the games went to deuce.
We didn't even come close
No?
to winning
Yeah.
that match. They were they were better players.
Yeah.
We weren't hitting our shots. They were playing smart.
Just
There's
good.
not a lot else to be said.
Yeah. They were freaking phenomenal. So overall, we got 3rd place, and the top 2 have a guaranteed spot at Nationals. But there's a silver lining to this. One of the top 2 finishers, I think the one in 2nd place, talked to me. And because of the nature of his job and the cycle of his job's business when it comes to important projects, to say the least, he might not make it to Nationals. He told me that there's a 50% chance he can't go to Nationals. So being in 3rd place for our section, me and Chris are first in line if that were to happen. But even if that didn't happen, there still might be some open spots to where if that 2nd place person is able to make it and represent Midwest, and congratulations, by the way, to the people that got 1st and 2nd place. You earned it. We still might have a spot in sectionals for both doubles, as me and Chris as a doubles team, and in singles. Because I forgot to tell you guys, Chris got 5th place, and I got 3rd place in singles. So there is still a chance that we might appear at Nationals as a doubles team, and or we appear as our own individual singles. That's still my dream, though. I hope that's going to happen.
It'd be cool if it did.
What are we going to do? Are we going to?
We
have
in
to
Arizona.
Possibly 2 weeks in Arizona
2 weeks?
if we do both singles and doubles.
Well, isn't it 2 separate weekends, though,
Exactly.
right? So then you have the week in between.
Oh,
9 days.
I'll lie to my employer and say I need to be there for 2 weeks.
Well, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
Does your employer watch this channel?
Nope.
Oh, good. He's fine. What are we going to do during the week?
I want to hear what you guys want us to do during the week. Whether it's bars, or bars. Let us know in the comment down section below what you guys want us to do. And do you want us to vlog it? I mean, I'm going to anyway, because what else am I going to do in Arizona for 2 weeks? So, I mean, overall, it was a good experience. It's part of life. I mean, 3rd place is 3rd place. 5th place is 5th place. I mean, you played really well against a pretty strong opponent, and you dominated in that 5th match, or that 5th place match.
Yeah.
0-1? Or
0-0. 0-0. There was
Careful, they might bump you.
There's one deuce, and I don't know, I had some fresh strings this morning and felt like I've been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
And Mark played well in his 3rd place match, and actually the same scoreline as he did against me. To be honest, he got down 0-2, he won 4-2, he won the 2nd set 4-1. So
Almost like we shouldn't have played in the 2nd round. Almost like we should be in opposite halves of the draw for doubles partners and representing the same state in a sectional tournament.
that's a really difficult concept to explain to the USTA Midwest. Well, baby steps.
Baby steps, all right. So if you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down in the section below, or better yet, join my Discord server where almost 1,000 people are talking about tennis memes, Dominic Team's Behind, which is an absolute dump truck, or...
Why am I a part of this video now?
You want to be a mod for my Discord?
You want to talk about Dominic Team? I'm going to be over there.
Too late. I'm just... And as always,
Happy day.
Fuck you.